Good morning. It is 8 a.m. February 8th, 2019, and I am extremely tired. Also, side note, I dyed my hair again. I only did one video with my rainbow hair. This isn't probably gonna stay long either, because I'm trying to get my hair to mint, and this is just a little stepping stone to getting there. Today we're going to my first, technically, tea appointment. We're just going in for like testing and things like that. Then a follow-up appointment is made for, oh, you can't see me. Then a follow-up appointment is made for me to actually start tea. It's really early and I have to go get dressed. I'm so excited I didn't get like any sleep last night. So I just came back for my first appointment. I didn't cry as much as I thought I would. I had to get, I don't know what immunization it was, but I had to get a shot, which
had nothing to do with transition.
No, but still, I am incredibly afraid of needles. But I did good, and I wasn't on any anxiety stuff. Since I'm already so anxious about that, I'm taking a break. I'm gonna eat, and then we're gonna do labs.
Yep.
My labs for stuff. I don't know what labs are, but I'm gonna go with it.
We're gonna go check your blood and see like where your hormone levels are, where your cholesterol levels, like just in health-wise, like.
We're gonna go get my labs, as in 2 dogs. Then did they say like approximately how long it would take until a follow-up appointment?
So they should be calling me in a week for
Okay.
The nurse appointment, and then from there we'll find out.
Okay. So like a nurse appointment is just like learning how to give yourself the injections, or?
Yep.
Okay.
And then just how to like get the supplies, all of those type of things, and then she'll actually be giving, or we'll be doing the first one.
Yeah.
There.
Oh, there?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like as in like we'd go to see her, she teaches how, and then another period of time passes and then we get the first one.
No, she's probably gonna want to watch me do it to make sure I do it right, which is why I'm not happy. But I've done them before, so it's
You'll
not a
be
big deal.
fine.
But you did really, really good.
I only cried a little bit. Just like a few tears.
Like, and you sat there versus like running off, which is...
Yeah, and I didn't move. Usually I wiggle a lot. I just stared at you and just started like reciting Serendipity in my head.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't do any dancing.
I need interpretive dance. I need singing. I need a choir.
What if I like dressed up like in a squirrel costume? That's distracting enough.
That'd be perfect.
Where does one buy a squirrel costume?
The internet, obviously.
Then I could be a squirrel and live in a tree.
I don't want to live on the floor anymore. I want to live in a tree and be a squirrel. I almost forgot how that quote went. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, hi, this is a fun angle. Hi, I'm back home now. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little bit red. I had to go get my blood drawn for my labs, so they can measure my T levels and I'm a little bit loopy because of the adrenaline crash. I have a huge fear of needles and of blood, particularly my blood. I don't like the idea of my blood being taken from me, but I did a lot better than we thought I was going to do, because with all my past immunizations I've needed to take anxiety meds and have some sort of like numbing stuff on my arm usually, and something to distract me. But today I was just staring at Mom. I didn't cry all that much with my immunization. I cried a lot more with my blood being drawn. I didn't cry like as much as I usually do when I have to get shots or do something that makes me anxious. I cried a lot less than I usually do. My arm. He said I only had to leave the bandages on for 10 minutes. So while we were at the doctor's, a nurse is going to call my mom sometime in the next week, I said, or this week. I don't know. I can't remember a whole lot at the moment, but at some point a nurse is going to call my mom. We're going to be scheduled an appointment to teach me and my mom how to give me the shots, even though my mom already knows how. It'll teach us how to take the shots, and that will be my first T-shot. I'm terrified of needles. So it is February 14th, 2019. So we had scheduled a follow-up appointment for March 29th, which is a month away. Turns out that follow-up appointment is not my first T-shot. My mom got a call from one of the nurses a few days ago, and we found out that that follow-up appointment is actually over the phone, and I'll already be starting T by then. So I went from thinking I'm gonna have to wait a month for this to I'm gonna be waiting 3 days for this. My appointment is scheduled to be on Monday, which is in 3 days. I'm kind of like making this video, which is documenting like the process of everything you have to go through, and I'm kind of making my own video across, or like documentation of it, in other ways, like journal, video clips, things like that. So I don't really know like how long I'm going to document this whole process. Probably for a few months, because there's a lot of things that like I didn't know. Like there was a lot of things about like getting labs done that I didn't know about, like getting my blood drawn or all the tests you have to do. I didn't know about that, and I've watched a lot of the transition videos and like the process of it. And also I'm a teenager, and I've not found a whole lot of videos of teenagers going through T currently. Like, so it was like they had done it in the past, and this is what it looked like then, and this is what it looked like now, and the process is just with words. You don't really get to see it. But with this video, oh dear. So I will see you all in about 3 days for my first T-shot. I'm probably gonna be crying in that video because needles scare me. My tactic for needles isn't gonna work this time. I kind of got over my fear of needles just by thinking I'm finally gonna get on T, and maybe if I just don't look at it. So when I had to get one shot and when I got my blood drawn, I didn't look. The thing is, the first T appointment is about teaching you how to give yourself injections. I'm gonna have to look. It's really far back on my arm. Can I help you? So I just came back for— ow, cat, why? Can I help you? So I just came back from my first T shot. So I had to get up at 7 a.m. to go and drive over to the nurse treatment room where they teach you how to give yourself injections. And we did not get in there until about 9:30-ish, somewhere around there, right? I think, maybe. I was already pretty— Can I help you? I was already pretty anxious, but as far as I knew, this wasn't gonna hurt as much as my vaccination. A lie. And like, not for the reasons you think. You know how like a vaccination is just like quick and easy? Like, put the needle in, push on the little plunger thingy, take the needle out. It's not like that. This is a lot slower, and I wasn't expecting that. It's because, like, the liquid stuff that you gotta inject is a lot thicker than other things. I wasn't expecting it. I don't know what time it is now, but it still kind of hurts. Not as much as it did. It's very stingy, I guess, and achy. What am I gonna do? Hello. Ever since I came home, Wicket has just been a love bug. It is now February 22nd, and I am dying. So before I started tea, I was on birth control to help with my very severe cramps. The thing is, you can't take normal birth control when you're taking tea because it has estrogen in it. So, I am on a medication that was supposed to stop it. It didn't. It's been like, what, 4 days? It didn't start until like yesterday or so, but I was having symptoms like the day we switched. Called my nurse, hopefully waiting for an email from my doctor. So it is March 1st. I'm about to have my 3rd shot in about 2, technically 3 days. Things have changed. So, it's been a very strange process, I guess. My first shot was not very fun, mainly because we didn't realize exactly what it was going to be. But I've said this before, but my mom has given these types of shots before. But the thing is, the little liquid for testosterone is a lot thicker than we thought it would be, so it means you have to inject it a little bit more slowly. But we figured out a way to make it go by quicker. Another thing is, when we went, you have to go to the nurse, what is it called? I don't know, but you basically had to go meet with a nurse, and they're going to teach you how to give the shots. But the thing is, we had our bag full of our stuff. We had to go pick it up, and she told us that we were given the wrong needles. But I mean, I don't know anything about shots or injections or anything like that, so I was like, okay, sure, fine, whatever. The nurse ended up giving us a bigger needle, so my first shot, I look like a floating head. My first shot was here on the back of my arm, with a bigger needle, and my arm is very sensitive. So a bigger needle. We put numbing stuff on my arm, but it ended up working 30 minutes after I had gotten my shot. So the numbing stuff didn't work, the needle was bigger, it was on my arm, which is extremely sensitive, so it did not go very well, and my arm was very stingy for a while. So last week's shot, which is my 2nd shot, we did it on my thigh. So much better, and we did it with the smaller needle that the nurse gave us, because that is the needle we were supposed to be using, the needle that my doctor prescribed to me for this. Also, I can't remember exactly what the name of it is. It's like, is it called a lidocaine or something like that? I don't know, but it's a very thin, almost like lotiony numbing cream that we just put on my thigh before we do the shot, and that works a lot better. It was pretty much painless. Like, if you have ever been around a cat, it feels like when they sit on your lap and they start like kneading you, it feels just like that, just like a quick one. But my mom is a nurse, so she knows how to like do an injection properly, and she figured out a way how to inject it really quickly, so it was just like 2 seconds. I know that like once I start doing them, I'm probably gonna do it a lot slower, but So far, both me and my mom have been like looking out for any changes. The only things that we've actually been able to really notice that are a change are smell, which is actually a good thing for me because I'm actually less smelly somehow, and appetite. I'm eating everything in sight. It's also like we've been trying to like figure out like if we're just going crazy or if there is any changes to my face or voice at all. Because to start with, I already have a very square face, and more masculine features, I guess, already. So it's just hard to tell when it's changing. And my voice, I don't know. A few things that I have noticed are that the day after I have my shot, my throat will hurt so bad. It's not like a painful, sharp feeling. It's more just like, it's like that feeling of when you're sick and like your throat is all like snotty, but like you only feel it like right down here and nowhere else. Like you don't have that feeling anywhere except for like right at the bottom of your throat. So I just drink a lot of water during those times. And that's about it. With the shot, like itself, like my leg and stuff like that, the only thing I really noticed is one, I don't really have anything to worry about, that because like there's like no blood and I have a fear of like my own blood, if that makes sense, but there's nothing to worry about there. The only thing I really have to work on fear wise is that I don't like things in places they shouldn't be. Like I get a splinter and I freak out. Other than that, it's a little bit stingy, but I can like, so when I had my shot in my arm, I was holding my arm the entire time. If I moved it too much, it hurt. But on my leg, it's just a little bit stingy, and like it's a little bit achy, as if like you have growing pains. But other than that, it's okay. Speaking of growing pains, though, before I started tea, I was already having like a lot of growing pains in my legs and a little bit in my arms. But for my mom, she had one last growth spurt when she was around my age, so we're hoping that with the tea we kind of caught it, and I think we did, because a few days ago I had terrible growing pains in my legs, and it felt like I was just like being pulled like taffy, basically. So let's hope I get taller, possibly. Next month, my mom is going on a trip, so either by that time I need to be able to give myself the injections, have somebody else do them for me, or I'm going to the nurse treatment room. Either way, somebody's gotta learn how to do this. Going to the nurse treatment room is pretty easy, I guess. I just have to have my doctor make an appointment that like, hey, they need to get an injection, they have the stuff for it, go in and get it. I'm hoping it's gonna be better than my first one, because we were waiting for a very long time before they gave me my shot. And then they gave me bigger needles for it. There's actually 3 changes I'm remembering now. Is I'm smelling weird, I'm eating so much more, and my body temperature is at a whack. Regarding like food wise, whenever like I would have dinner or something, I would usually eat like 3/4 of it and then get full. I'm now eating like 2 servings, which is basically double what I used to be eating. And like for breakfast, I usually have like a small bowl of cereal. Now I'm eating like 3. So the last change I noticed was my body temperature. I am usually always cold. I'm always freezing. I'm always under this blanket, the blanket Wicked's on, this blanket, a whole bunch of blankets I have back there. Oh, you can't see them because they're in the darkness. Behind all the Peter Pan stuff, there's more blankets, and I'm usually under those like all night for sleeping. Since like, it was after my second shot, basically. After my second shot, body temperature went from I used to be always cold to now I'm either comfortable but slightly sweaty to I am burning alive. And I think I first figured this out like Wednesday maybe, because my mom has an office at the end of the house and it's always freezing in there. My mom's under a whole bunch of blankets and robes. I usually have to like come back and get a jacket to go in there. I went in there just in my pajamas like this. And I walk in and I'm like, Mom, do you have the heater up? Because it's really warm in here. She touches my arm and I am burning up. But I don't have a fever. It's just how I am now. So, that's been a fun challenge lately. Other than that, we haven't been able to find any changes. Aside from like every time me and my mom talk about changes, she's just like, you're happier. You're clearly happier. Which I can notice that too.
Hello, so that was the first part of this series, I guess. I was originally going to put this all into one video, but after trying to edit this, it's not gonna happen. So all these videos are pretty old, but I'm going to slowly start uploading the different parts. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. I will get starting on working the next part to get that ready to get uploaded. So yeah.